I'm Faceit Level 10 in CS2 and I spent weeks studying what pro players and their aim coaches actually do. Here's what surprised me. They find the one thing broken in their aim, isolate it, and improve it. By the end of this video, you'll know how to find your weakness and the exact drills to fix it. Make sure you stick around to the very end. I'm giving you one routine that pros use to isolate all of these at once. Most players have decent aim, but they make one mistake that ruins it completely. They spend 20 minutes a day training the same thing, so they never improve their weaknesses. Imagine you're running 300 FPS but playing on 150 ping. Upgrading your GPU won't fix the lag. You need to fix your internet. Your aim works the same way. If tracking is your 150 ping, grinding flicks won't fix it. You isolate the lag. You don't need to be great at everything. You need to stop being bad one thing at a time. Here are the 4 things pro coaches isolate. Find which one is yours. By the end of this, I'll show you a single routine that isolates each of the skills we're about to go over. But first, let's talk about the one almost every player is sleeping on: microcorrections. A microcorrection is the tiny adjustment between where your crosshair is and where it needs to be. If your crosshair is at head level but you still miss the first bullet, your microcorrections are the problem. Here's a drill to fix your microcorrections. Load into an aim map like CS2 stats or aimbots. Find a static target, aim a few inches to the left or right of the target. You're gonna counter strafe and try to land your crosshair on their head. Obviously, you're not gonna do it every time. A lot of times it's gonna look like this, and then you're just gonna readjust your crosshair to be on their head with the little micro correction and shoot. Make sure when you're moving, you're not moving your crosshair. So when you're counter strafing, you're not moving your crosshair and tracking the target. Here, we're just practicing the counter strafe, readjust, and shoot. This is gonna target your micro correction and sync your movement together with your shot. Topic number 2 is gonna be tracking. Aim coaches always put tracking before flicking in the routines because if you can't track a target, your flick will always just be a wild guess. If you find yourself losing targets mid-strafe, tracking is your weak link. You're gonna start this drill by strafing left and right. Once you spot a target, you're gonna counter strafe, track, make sure crosshair's on the head, and then shoot. If one appears right behind the other, you're gonna put one movement in between your last shot. You're gonna do one movement and then shoot again. So I'm tracking, kill, move around, shoot, move around, shoot, move around, track, shoot, move around, shoot. Most players skip tracking because it's not flashy. Pros don't. Topic 3 is flicking. Here's what surprised me. Pros don't actually train flicks as much as you think. They train everything that makes flicks shorter. A good flick is a 2-degree micro correction. A bad flick is a 40-degree panic swipe. If your first bullet misses and your crosshair overshoots, flick precision is your issue, and it's usually caused by tension or your click timing. Grinding aim trainer flick scenarios without fixing your tension first is pointless. I want you to imagine you're writing on a piece of paper. Visualize yourself gripping a pencil as hard as you can to where your fingers are shaking and trying to write neatly. Now imagine you're lightly gripping the pencil. It's smooth, swift, and efficient. How do you think the two would look? Here's a simple drill to improve your flicking. I want you to find 2 stationary targets here on the map. The first guy, you're just gonna track him left and right for a couple seconds. You're gonna counter strafe, flick to the next guy, and click. I want you to make sure when you're doing this, you're not over flicking and coming back to the body. That shows a weakness within your flicking, and that's probably why you're losing some of these gunfights that you feel like you shouldn't have lost. To make sure you're doing this correctly, track, flick. The closer you get to his body, the slower you want to be with your mouse so that you can land on his head. This has everything to do with momentum. If you're constantly flicking as fast as you can, you're always going to be over flicking and coming back. That's causing you to lose fights that you wouldn't have lost if you just got your flicking under control. So practice this instead. Track the target, flick, slow down before you get to him, land perfectly on his head, confirm your crosshairs on the head, and shoot. It's going to look something like this. It doesn't need to be fast, it needs to be slow and controlled, and you can slowly improve your speed as the days and weeks go by. So this is going to simultaneously work your counter strafing, movement, and micro corrections to put them all in sync. Last but not least, we have movement / counter strafing. Every aim coach I studied across CS2, Valorant, Apex, and plenty of other AAA titles all said the same thing. You can't aim without proper movement. Movement is aim. Here's a simple drill to improve your counter strafing in CS2. All you're gonna do is load into aimbots. I'll leave the link in the description. You're gonna get some stationary targets here. You're gonna put your crosshair to the left or right of an enemy. You're gonna press D or A and then counter strafe once you get close to the enemy. It'll look like this. If your crosshair is on their head, confirm it and shoot. If not, something like that happens, you're gonna micro adjust and then shoot. All right, guys, I promised you one simple routine that isolated each of the issues we talked about here in this video. Here it is. All you guys have to do is load up Aim Labs on Steam. In the description below, there's going to be a link to this exact routine here. It's the Elige Amped routine. This was made by his coach, VT Matty. He's super well known and respected in the aim coaching community. This is going to make it very easy to isolate each one of those issues that you're experiencing in game. I'm also going to link with this the guide to perfect each one of these tasks and what to focus on when doing them. All right, guys, comment which of the four is your weak link: microcorrections, tracking, flicking, or movement. I guarantee I'll respond and help you figure out the right drill for you. Subscribe for more high-level CS2 content, and I will catch you in the next one.